Scytale Digital, which basically means I'm seriously old. So when we started the endeavor into technology, Mark Cashier, with whom I worked together at the bank for a long time, was a big fan of Naval Ravikant. Anyone heard of Naval? I guess a few people. He basically said that GDP growth was flat for about 2,000 years across the world. Yeah. Then technology arrived, and all of a sudden, GDP growth and GDP per capita increased dramatically. So we said, whatever we do at Scytale, we want to be at the cutting edge of technology. And that's why we went into crypto. The first fund, Scytale Horizon 1, was very successful. We 20x'd in 3 years, which of course led to us getting very popular. And we raised another fund. I'm not going to go into details. You saw the presentation from Mythical Games before, which we find one of the use cases which will lead the way for many other use cases, because gaming is, you have the digital natives who are aware, who spend a lot of time, a lot of money into that space. And the CEO, John, told me before that he expects around 200 million people in his latest game in FIFA Rival, which would be, of course, huge. And Mythical Games is powered by Polkadot, so it's built on Polkadot, which hopefully means that Polkadot can prove that it can power such a, because it's not easy. It's like, you know, you have downtime at a lot of the chains to say, okay, yeah, we have a hiccup here, a hiccup there. As soon as you have 200 million users, you can't have a hiccup anymore because it's not going to work. And then hopefully, as soon as we see use growth and the cases which are real, you will see which chains will work and which won't. Yeah. The only thing is you need to stay alive until then. It's like John Maynard Keynes always said, the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay liquid. Yeah. So be careful what you look into it. Yeah. So this is a little bit of an overview where we stand right now. But what I want to focus is, we think, so who of you used ChatGPT for high school or for college and cheated its way through? My son just graduated from high school. I think he was the power user of the whole high school. He had very good grades. In 90% of the cases, ChatGPT did all the homework. He did okay at the test and basically sailed through. So we think AI will change the way we are going to work together, we're going to live together in a way unimaginable. We're currently working on launching a new fund which will be on the cross between blockchain and AI. And we had with one of the potential advisors, we had a meeting 2 weeks ago, and he said, yeah, he definitely want to do it. And if the fund has a maturity of 5 to 6 years, in 5 to 6 years, the investors you have now will be AI agent in 5 to 7 years. So basically, when you pay out the money back, you're not going to pay out to real people, you're going to pay out to AI agents. So a lot of institutions, portfolio managers, won't be human anymore. There will be AI agent who say, okay, you did a good job, you did not a good job. And the future investors, maybe in 3, 4 years, you won't have to convince human investors, you will have to convince with your project, with your fund, an AI agent that your project is worthy to do that. So really keep that in mind, and was so eye-opening for me, because it definitely makes sense. Yeah? Why do you need a human for analyzing risk, everything? the analysts are doing is they putting the numbers into ChatGPT or any other AI agent, and whatever comes out will be done. So this is, we think, if you have the stamina to stay afloat in these difficult times, a lot of the projects are lacking funding. That's why Polkadot gave us the money to invest in the most interesting projects which are building on Polkadot. But we are at the crossroad of these three building blocks. The internet use, everyone is, I started using the internet in '94. Most of you were not born back then, and it was a big thing. Nowadays, no one gives a shit. Blockchain, the technology is around for a long time. Crypto, is getting mainstream just now. I'm going to have an interesting graph now. And AI is the same. I mean, AI research started in the 50s, actually. Then it came in waves, and now I think we're at a time where it's going to take off no matter what. So what you have here is basically we're talking about 8 billion mobile phones right now, or even more. Yeah, 9 billion mobile phones. So you basically have more mobile phones than people living. This is like everyone will have access to that device, and everyone will use it in a way which you, if you're as a builder or whatever you do, need to make sure to get to those people who have access. Yeah. And this is my opinion, and that's Turkey is here number 3 worldwide. So you have 560 million holders of crypto at the moment. Yeah, like even if you hold 1 cent of a Bitcoin, you're up there. Why is it the case? Yeah, when I joined 5 years ago, I was supposed to join longer time ago, but I said no, I don't understand it. I don't want to do it. 5 years ago, my son was 15 back then, and I said, we are on the verge of a revolution which most of us don't know what that means, where everything we have right now, nation states, centralized funding, is taken for granted. But what we should learn from history, that nothing lasts forever. Yeah, and when you look at the US right now, why is crypto even existing? Why was Bitcoin invented? The people didn't trust the system anymore. So it's not about, if Dogecoin or whatever is going to go up 1,000x, it's great, but it's no real use case. So, but what we are going to see is we're going to see a change in the system. And that's why the reason why I said, okay, let's do it, we're going to try. The numbers are mind-boggling. It took, I don't know, 10 billion in revenues in such a short period of time. So this is, I don't know if you read that Meta offered 100 million bonus, 100 million sign-on bonus for engineers from OpenAI to join Meta. So there will be an arms race. There will be, we're hosting our own conference, and we had a talk about energy and AI. What people underestimate is the power you need, the energy you need to power those AI models. Yeah, and this is also the companies and who invest in that will be the winners there. I listed 5 projects here which are built on Polkadot. I want to focus a little bit on Acurast. because it's, in my opinion, a project which is easy to understand. Acurast wants to become Google Cloud in a decentralized way. So basically, your old mobile phone, you can download the app, you run the app, and then Acurast sells your compute power from your mobile phone. I think within 6 months, they went from 0 phones to 90,000 phones. They expect this year, the 6 months left, 1 million mobile phones which can be used for decentralized compute power. And this is exactly what I expect to happen. Is like, because what if Amazon decides, fuck you, sorry, we're getting recorded, I just heard, so I have to be careful what to say. That's why at our conference we never record anything. They say, okay, we shut down the whole service, the whole data. One company can say that. What do? Nothing. You're completely dependent. But you as a user don't want to have this dependency, and that's why decentralized compute power will be the future in our opinion. If it's going to be Acurast or not, you never know, yeah. I'm just going to leave that here. Why we think Polkadot will be one of the winners in the future is the scalability, the compute through, which is unprecedented. But as I said, you need to have the money to power through bear markets, and hopefully that will work. And with that, I want to say thank you. And yeah, please do your, I was just asked what I recommend everyone. I always say, do your own research, enjoy the journey. Maybe sometimes what you wish for is not even what you really want, yeah? So it's important to build and not to get too frustrated. On the long run, hopefully we're all going to make it. Thank you.